I began working with Hakeem in 2014, and within a year, so by 2015, I knew that he could be the next leader of our party in the House of Representatives, and I'll tell you why.
Mm-hmm.
We live in an era where messaging is everything in politics, and I just witnessed my former boss, Barack Obama, really ride his ability to message right into the White House. And Hakeem Jeffries has that very same skill. He can truly speak the way that people think and really make everyone feel involved and included, and that has real power in politics in 2022. And so this is his moment, and he's the person for this moment, and I'm incredibly proud of him.
Well, let's talk about what this moment is, because, you know, we've seen Nancy Pelosi holding the gavel for quite some time now. Democrats will be back in the minority, and that really changes the contours. It really changes the mission of the party, right? What will Hakeem Jeffries bring to the table other than opposition? And that is part of being in the minority party.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And what's interesting about this particular moment is that Hakeem will be the minority leader who has an outsized amount of power because the Republicans will have such a slim margin on every single vote. Hakeem will have significantly more power than previous minority leaders have had. But I will say this. I think with Hakeem Jeffries at the helm, everybody wins. He's a dyed-in-the-wool progressive who has spent his entire career fighting for working people and fighting to make sure that everyone has a seat at the table. He also has worked in corporate America at one of the most respected law firms in the world, and also worked as an attorney for a global media company. And so he understands the challenges that American businesses deal with and what that looks like. And so you've got someone who really understands across the board how all of this works and can really move the ball forward, I think, for the American public in a way that very few people can.
How does he work with Kevin McCarthy, assuming Kevin McCarthy gets the votes and the gavel here? Because it's been widely reported that they are not fans of each other.
Well, it's interesting. I would say to you that, you know, we worked with Donald Trump in the First Step Act. And so Hakeem Jeffries doesn't operate in terms of only working with people that he personally likes. That's not the way that he is. He's
Understood.
a big fan of making progress in whatever way possible, whether it's incremental or significant. Whoever's on the other side doesn't matter as much as what the issue is that can be changed.
It can make life a lot more difficult, too, especially if the new speaker is a real problem for Hakeem Jeffries. You know, this takes two.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. And by the way, to your point, it's not clear whether McCarthy survives. All of my Republican friends in the House tell me that they don't expect that. And so we'll see what happens there. But I can tell you this. Hakeem Jeffries has a pretty good relationship with Steve Scalise. And so if Scalise rises to speaker, I think that dynamic changes significantly.
Wow. Well, that was the name on all the tip sheets this morning, Michael Hardaway. That if this keeps going the way it's going, and, you know, Representative Andy Biggs keeps speaking the way he says, there are 20 firm no's. Steve Scalise, without saying a peep, comes from behind and becomes the new speaker. Is that where your money is?
That's where my money is, and I think that's probably where we're heading.
Michael Hardaway, great to have you back. Founder of Hardaway Wire, which provides political intelligence to CEOs and, from time to time, our audience here on Bloomberg Sound On. Former communications director for, yes, Hakeem Jeffries.